What's up, my good and amazing followers? This is Regina Joseph from Kenya in East Africa, and I thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you so much for following, for sharing, and for always loving and liking my video. And as usual, I am in my farm. I'm trying to clear the bushes and cutting the unwanted trees because I want to cultivate in this farm. And you can see I'm trying to burn the dried leaves and trees because I don't want this place to just stay idle. I have to make sure I utilize it. And because we are in the short lanes, I can plant the crops that doesn't take a lot of time. For example, I can plant potatoes because for the potatoes, it usually take like 3 months. I can also plant green peas. Those ones will do good for me. And so I have to make sure I dig here. I think I'd put some people because I don't want the tractor to dig for me. So I have to make sure I put enough people to dig it so that they can be very good. My people here, you have to make sure that you clear the bushes very well so that you can plant because this is where our source of income comes from, and we rely so much on farming, and that is why I have to make sure that no lad stay idle because we have to plant and we have to fill our stomach. And also you can see how my other farm looks. Those are the beans that I had planted the other day, and they are doing very well and very good. You can see how good they are, and I'm just waiting for them to grow so that I can also harvest, and I believe I'm going to do that because for the beans, they are suitable for the short lanes and they do very well. For the beans to grow well, they just need a very well drained soil that is also very fertile. And my good people, we have to make sure that our beans produce a very high production, and for that we have to initiate flowering. And the reason as to why I'm doing that is because I want to prevent my leaves from falling off and also the pods from falling off, and because I want to ensure that I have a quality and a very quantity production, I have to spray my crops. For the beans, potassium should be added to the beans plant while the pods are developing so that you can speed up the growth and you can increase the beans quality. For me, that is why I do love applying this chemical so that so that the beans can flower very quickly and I will get a very good yield. And you can see my man is trying to measure and to put water there so that he can start spraying the beans. And I do love this because the work is very easy and the pump is making work even less tiresome, and I do love that. And let me tell you something also. When you put a lot of chemicals on the beans, this one can lead to a lot of leaves with no flowers. So you have to be very careful when you're spraying these chemicals and make sure that you balance everything very well. And now the work has started. Let my man spray the beans and I hope everything will be good. Wow, look how my farm is. Me, I do love this farm of mine because God has been very good to me and it has never disappointed me. And I'm just waiting for my maize to dry so that I can harvest, put them on sacks and wait for the price to rise so that I can sell them. And you can see also this portion of land I have been cutting my crop. Here I have planted sorghum and I'm harvesting it. And the reason as to why I decided to harvest it very early is because of the birds. I'm telling you, the birds are feeding on this sorghum so much. Even I was thinking that they can finish, but the advantage of it is because they cannot finish the whole farm. But I have to remove because also the rain will spoil it. I'll just remove the ones which are due and then leave the rest, and then I'm going to harvest later. And you can see how our climate is today. It's quite sunny, and this is the best time to come to the farm so that you can see how your crops are doing. And when I'm in this farm of mine, I don't forget to tell God thank you. And there is this song I have to sing anytime I come here. And it's a hymn song, and this is how it's sung. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was bright, but now I see. And I also love this part so much, and it says, the Lord has promised good to me. His word my hope secures. He will my shield and portion be as long as life endures. And you can see how this part looks very good. The water is very clean, and I enjoy this. You know, when you put your trust in God and you leave everything to Him, everything is good and everything is perfect. And I hope, my people, you are enjoying my video and you are loving it. And let's celebrate God's life, and let's rely on Him, and anything we ask of Him, He must give us and He must provide for us, because He is our best friend. That is one thing I have learned about God and about Jesus. And my people, here comes the cows, the goats, the sheep. They have been brought so that they can drink water and quench their thirst. And they are really enjoying, because you see the reason as to why we thank God, because of the river. That is where our cows, our cattle goes to drink water. And we thank God. And this is the route they usually use. Now, after these ones go, plenty of them will follow, and they'll just go and drink the water, and we really thank God for that, because you know, when we have got cows in the village, getting milk is quite easy. And now, my people, I'm back home. I just missed my home so much, because I went to my garden very early in the morning, and now I'm back. And when I was coming back, my friend gave me these bulb onions, and he told me, Regina, you have got spring onions. Just go and plant this bulb one, and you see how they'll do. And because my kitchen garden is not that big, I decided to go correct some soil and plant on them. I have to put them on the sack so that I can plant here. And you know, when you're planting the bulb onion, you have to do the gapping. You have to space so that they'll grow very well. And that is what my husband is trying to do. You have to level the soil, and then you plant the onions. And you don't have to plant at when they are that deep, because it just come on top. So this is how we do it, and I hope that they'll germinate and they'll grow very well. And you know what, my good people, this year I have decided, I will not be buying these clothes from the market. I want to be eating mine, and that is where you see me trying to utilize this small backyard of mine using sacks and planting kales, planting onions, and I was given quite a lot of them. And so I'm deciding to add another sack, and that is why I'm putting soil here so that I can also cultivate here, because for the bulb onion you have to be very careful you don't overcloud them so that they'll grow very well. Let me find something to tie here so that I can also cut. And you can see how well we are planting the bulb onions, and I hope and pray that they will do very good. I hope that they will germinate, and I'm going to eat my first bulb onions that I have cultivated, and let's see how they are. And I hope, my people, you tell me in the comment section, do you think that this Regina Joseph kitchen will be great? Do you think that Regina Joseph kitchen will produce the yield that she is expecting? And I hope I'm doing a very good job. Able look at my spinach. Me, I can't wait to eat them. But I made a mistake. The time I had put the cow dung, I think they started withering, but now I'm working on them and they are very good. Look how they go. Look how good they look, and I'm enjoying this kitchen garden of mine. My kales are also doing good. You see how they are faring. About the spring onions, they are also doing okay. And I thank God for that. What is helping me here is because of the lane that I don't need to water them. And you can see how the site looks. Me, I do love this kitchen garden of mine. And I'm still planting the bulb onions. I have to make sure they are planted very well so that they will not disappoint me. Because nothing hurts a farmer than planting something and then all of a sudden it withers, it dries. That one. And let's continue planting our bulb onion. And let me tell you, if I see that they are doing good, I have to fill my kitchen garden with them. We are still planting our bulb onion, and I can see an earthworm there. You can see how it's moving, and earthworms are very harmless and they are very beneficial to the soil because they break down the dead and decaying organic matter into making our soil very rich, and that is why I do love them. And sometimes if I find them somewhere, I just collect them. And you can see how my kitchen garden looks. See how good it is and very smart. You can see how I've planted the bulb onions, and I hope they are going to do very well. The spinach are very good in those containers, and I hope I have arranged my containers and my sacks very well, thus making my kitchen garden very beautiful and amazing and very attractive. Now I have to pour water on the already planted bulb onion, and I have to be very careful because I don't want my soil to be swept away by water. So I have to pour it little by little and very careful. You see how I'm doing it because I don't want to cloud my bulb onions with water so that they can grow very well. I'm just doing it very politely and very caring. Wow, look at them and look how good they look. When you plant a crop, you have to take care as if it's a very young baby because you don't want to injure and to harm it. You have to be extra careful. I have to water it because I've just planted them just now and I don't want them to dry. That's why I'm watering them. And I hope everything will be very good. And my people, tell me what you think about this farming of mine. Tell me what if I'm doing a very good job, and tell me what you think about it. And I hope you are going to learn something more and you are going to utilize the space that you have. Remember, I told you that if you don't have a very big space, utilize the space that you have, planting them on the sacks and on the containers, and you'll never run short of kales again like how I used to. Now that I've known the secret, I have to fill this kitchen garden of mine And I hope you have learned so much in this video of mine. And let's meet in the next video. Bye bye, and I love you.